Good evening, everyone. How are you? Are you happy? Your faces are not excited. To those who are watching us from wherever you are all welcome. This is ETE Talks, Engage, Transform, and Empower. We do this every Thursday from 5 to 6. You are all welcome, and you are going to learn a lot. So right now, I'm not going to take much of your time. I'm going to introduce our forerunner. His name is Enough to Him Nuwe. Can you please give him a round of applause as he comes?
How many of us have been in a situation where they felt, I cannot go on anymore. I'm about to surrender, I'm about to give up, I'm about to quit. Show of hands. Seems it's the majority of us, isn't it? Have you ever also been in a situation, to take it a step further, where you thought, I am not going to make it, I am going to die? Who has been in that situation? Where you feel, this is the end, I'm going to die. Interesting, none. The truth is, one day we will face that time. I hope this motivational talk will inspire you, will prepare you for that time, because it will come. Life is full of challenges. Life is full of obstacles. Life is full of forces trying to hold you down when you're trying to rise up. Maybe your career, maybe your relationship, or anything else. So you face enemies, challenges that will try to hold you back from achieving your ultimate goal. Let me tell you about my story. It is a unique story. I don't mean that I'm the only one who has faced this situation. I know there are quite a number of others who face the same situation, but there are quite a few. And why I say that is because before becoming a motivational speaker, before becoming a coach and a trainer, who would like to guess what I did or what I was? Anyways, let me not give you a hard time. I was a first dan black belt in martial arts. Hard to believe, isn't it? So there are quite a few of us who achieved that rank of first dan black belt. But I want to take you through the journey. It's not easy for anyone to achieve that level of being a first dan black belt. By the way, the style that I was doing is called Aikido. If you've watched Steven Seagal in the movies, that is the style that I practice. That's Aikido. So it's got many different styles. There's Kyokushinkai and many others, Taekwondo and others. I practice Aikido. So to get to the black belt level, it's not easy. You have to practice long, hard. You need to invest a lot of time, energy, sweat, and blood in order for you to finally achieve the rank of black belt. You train for several years. I remember when we were training, our training session would last for about 4 hours. And more so as we were going towards the grading period. Well, the grading session is when you come and you face the professionals themselves, those who are higher ranking than you, so that they test your mental to see how strong you are. Are you able to go out there and defend yourself and defend others? That's how you are ranked, on how good you are at defending yourself. So prior to that, you really practice hard. We'll do 100 press-ups. We'll do about 200 sit-ups. And why 200 sit-ups is specifically is because this region is the most fragile region where the vital organs are. So it has to be the strongest region. When you are fighting, if anybody punches you here, you have to know that you are strong. If you fail to protect yourself and the punch comes to you, you need to make sure that you are strong enough to contain that blow. So So we'll do all of these exercises for 4 hours. At the end of those training sessions, we could hardly walk. We would literally drag our feet out of the hole to go back home, and you sleep like a baby, like a log, after that hard training session. Hard as it sounds, the most difficult part, like I said, was when you came for the grading. Let me tell you about our grading. This is going to be the focus of of this presentation. This particular grading was unique because it was just 2 people who were graded that day. Myself and my partner, we were staying in Kariba at that time. Normally these grading sessions have got many people coming there. You would have maybe up to 10 or more people being graded on the same day. But this particular one, only 2 people had come for the grading. It was done in Warren Park here. Before the grading, because we were not known in Harare, we practiced our martial arts in Kariba. And I would say that for us, we were autodidacts. Who knows what an autodidact is? An autodidact is a person who is self-taught. So can you imagine, we were training without anybody to instruct us. We would watch movies, we would read books, and go for training, myself and my friend, the 2 of us. And so this grading was for the 2 of us. And because we're coming all the way from Kariba, coming to Harare, the people of Harare, our fellow club members, wanted to prove that nothing would ever come out of Kariba. Harare is the city where everything happens. And think about it, they've got the master himself training them. And yet here we are coming for the grading. Nobody had trained us. We had trained ourselves. So we got there on a Friday. And so that they made sure that we do not succeed. On the Friday, they took us through an assessment session. You wouldn't want to go through that. We started the assessment session at 10 a.m. Now, during the assessment period, what happens is you do not eat any food. You do not drink any water until the assessment is finished. So what would happen is we were in the classroom, the instructor would come, there were many instructors, so one would come and you come and tell you, do 20 press-ups. And you do your 20 press-ups, and after you finish your 20 press-ups, he says to you, maintain the press-up position. And they will go away, have a chit-chat for an hour or so. And they expected that when they came back, you are still standing there on that press-up position. You're just holding that position. The next instructor will come and say, do 200 sit-ups. You do your 200 sit-ups, and then he goes away. You don't stop until he comes back. Imagine that assessment took us from 10 a.m. It ended at 9 p.m. No water, no food. At the end of it, we were asking ourselves, why did we even come here? And remember, this is not a grading. This is just an assessment to see if you are fit. Anyway, we passed the assessment. They thought, okay, they are fit enough to go through the grading. And they thought, now they are weak because we've taken them through a torrid time of assessment, so they will be weaker even tomorrow. Grading day finally came. I dreaded waking up that morning because I knew there were going to be fireworks, and fireworks they were. So the grading session goes something like this. You have to demonstrate 5 types of kicks, 5 types of punches, 5 types of blocks, 5 stances, and then you do what are called katas, 5 katas. And a kata simply means a combination of movements where you combine and create a move. Haven't you watched somebody who does karate demonstrating there? It's nice, eh? Moving there, eh? It's nice, beautiful. But at that moment when you're being graded, it's not nice. Because you have to put in all the effort to prove that you are the one. You deserve that belt. The grading started at, again, 9 a.m. And there was no food, no water again that day until 3 p.m. And this is the final bit that I want to focus on. Now, the final bit is called the sparring. This is the actual fight. If you have ever seen a street fight, this is way more than a street fight. Those people will be wanting your life. They are bearing for your blood. Because the issue that is there is that the person that is grading you, if you beat him, it means that you will be a lower rank. So he's fighting to maintain his rank and to make sure that you don't rise above him. So it was bad. And we're already tired, imagine, exhausted, lack of food, lack of water. One-on-one sparring, we did 5 times with people who are higher than us. And then the final sparring, the last one, is called the Doom Attack. It's you against 5 people. 5 senior people, higher ranking than you. That is where all hell broke loose. So the trick is really, if you're fighting against 5 people, the only thing that you need to do is make sure you do not fall down. Because once you fall down, they're stamping over you and you may actually break a bone. So for the 5 minutes that they were attacking me, all I did was run, find a safe place where I could make sure nobody comes from behind. So I chose a wall. I stood by the wall and all of them were coming there. So they would hold my hands, kick on my feet, try to bring me down. But for the 5 minutes, I made sure that I don't fall down. And I protected myself as best as I could for 5 minutes. Finally 5 minutes was over. It seemed like 10 years, but it was just 5 minutes. But finally it was over. And when it was over, when I thought I had done it, finally I'm through the grading, the senior instructor comes and says, Mr. Ncube, I am so impressed by you. You know, over my 30 years of doing martial arts, I've never seen anyone as strong as you are. You defend so well, but there's one problem. During the grading, since morning up until now, all you were doing is protecting yourself. So this grading is not going to end until you fight back. Can you imagine, tired and exhausted? I can't even stand. And this man is telling me, fight back. I can't even raise my hands to defend myself. I'm tired. He's saying, fight back. I wanted it to stop. So I focused all my attention on one person of the 5. And I said, whatever happens, I don't care. I will attack this one with all the viciousness that I have. And as soon as the master said, Achime, which means start, I went for that guy. I took him down. I was standing over him. I was punching as hard as I could. The master called for me to stop, but I couldn't even hear him. All my thoughts were on the words, fight back. They came and they had to lift me off him. That's how the fighting stopped. And I got a round of applause for that. It was a sport, but it carried for me many powerful lessons in life. You see, the statistics show that there are only 3% of people who are successful in the world today. 97% of us are not successful. Why? It's because we are content with protecting, defending ourselves. We do not want to step out of our comfort zone and fight back. We've got enemies pulling us down. And we are taught to say, no, it's okay, I'm a Christian. I don't want to ruffle any feathers, it's okay. But I've got news for you. As long as you do not fight back, the fight is not going to end. It is only when you make the decision to say from today onwards, I am going to fight back. Are you always thinking to yourself, it's tough to make money in Zimbabwe these days? Yeah, the problem is there. You are simply protecting yourself. You are not fighting back. Economy is tough. Yes, it will be tough for all of us. But why is it somebody's being successful and you are not? Because they are fighting back. You're complaining about your marriage. My marriage is not working. But isn't there somebody who's got a marriage that is working? They're facing exactly the same problems that you are facing. Where is the difference? You are content with protecting yourself. Of course, you won't get hurt. But you won't succeed until you decide to fight back. Others at work are rising through the ranks. And you're wondering, "Vanemshonga, vakaromba, avana kuromba." The issue is that you are simply content protecting yourself. You are not fighting back. Step out of your comfort zone. Go to a college, study. It's not easy. It's going to be sweat and tears. Fight back. I want us all here present today to resolve that today is the day that I will stop protecting myself. I want to step out of my comfort zone, because it is said that the only success is only achieved on the other side of the comfort zone. So, unfortunately, my time is up. I'll end it here. But all I want to say to you guys, as you leave this room tonight, tell yourself every morning, today, I'm determined. Whatever comes towards me, whatever comes at me, I will fight back. So will you? Will you? Will you? Yes. Fight back. Thank you.
Wow, wow. Another round of applause. Fight back. Thank you so much, Coach Naftuim, for an inspiration presentation. Thank you so much. That was a beautiful one. So right now I'm going to introduce our main speaker. Yes, you can contact him on that number or email. So I'm going to introduce our main speaker tonight. Her name is Coach Lydia Chimeno. She is a multi-talented individual with various accomplishments. She is a certified life coach. She has received certification in life coaching, indicating expertise in guiding individuals to achieve their personal and professional goals. She is an award winner. Coach Lydia has received awards for her work showcasing her excellence and impact in the field. She is also a software developer. In addition to her coaching skills, she is also a skilled software developer, demonstrating her technical expertise. She's an author. She has written publications, possibly books or articles, sharing her knowledge and insights with a wider audience. She's also a speaker. Can you please give her a round of applause as she comes?
Welcome to the International Coaching and Mentoring Bookstore, which is an online and physical global bookstore providing a diverse and extensive collection of books from around the world. Catering to readers of all ages and interests, the International Coaching and Mentoring Bookstore is more than just a retail space, but a cultural hub where readers can explore the world through literature.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. As the introduction said, my name is Lydia Chimeno. I am a life coach. My publications are novels. I write fantasy novels. Right. So today we're going to talk about AI meets coaching. Before I start, I'd like to say thank you to Coach Ngube for the inspiring speech that he gave us about fighting back. So today I'm going to be a bit more educational rather than motivational. We're going to be talking about artificial intelligence. So in this presentation, we're going to talk about understanding artificial intelligence in coaching, the benefits of it, bridging technology and human connection, practical applications, challenges and considerations, and of course, the future of artificial intelligence. Right. So I'm going to start with a quote by Matt Mullenweg. He says, technology is best when it brings people together. Right. That is the main focus of technology. Now, we're going to start on the first one, understanding AI in coaching. So, okay, what is artificial intelligence? So I'm going to start by asking, when you hear artificial intelligence, what's the first thing that comes into your mind? Yes?
Automation.
Automation, okay. Do you have another one? No answer is wrong. You can just throw whatever you think. Yes?
Knowledge.
Technology, okay. Yes?
Man-made intelligence.
Man-made intelligence, all right. Yes?
Fake intelligence.
Fake intelligence, all right. I like that. So the actual definition of the definition of artificial intelligence that we use in the industry is that it is technology that allows computers to perform tasks that humans normally perform. All right. So this means, of course, the examples that are here include understanding language, recognizing patterns. But I'm going to bring it back down to something that is a little more relatable. A washing machine, right? People in the olden days wash by hand, right? Some still do, and today they still wash by hand. Now the washing machine is technology, right? That is created to be able to do a task that a human does, which is washing by hand. So the washing machine also qualifies as artificial intelligence. All right? Autopilot. We have seen movies where they're always like, oh, let me just click on autopilot, right? That also qualifies as artificial intelligence because what the human does is they fly the plane, yes, or they drive the car. Now we've got self-driving cars. So they're the ones who are operating the vehicle. The technology now does that for them, autopilot. It's also artificial intelligence, right? So that is the definition of artificial intelligence. Now, what are the components of artificial intelligence today? Right? Because I gave examples of washing machines and all, but that's not exactly what people are talking about today. So what are the components that we're discussing now? These are machine learning. This is the ability of the technology, of the computer, to learn on its own, right? Just like how when you're teaching a child, you say, don't touch that, that's hot. And then they learn that it is hot, they're not supposed to touch it, right? That is machine learning. Natural language processing. It is exactly what is happening right now. I'm speaking to you and you understand me, right? And then computer vision. You can see me, I can see you, right? But this is all being done by technology. These are the components of AI that are there today. Now, integration with artificial intelligence with coaching, right? Because we can know all of these technical terms, but how does it help us as coaches? How does it help us in the industry as people, right? So you can use artificial intelligence, I'm just doing a run through, to create personalized coaching plans. You can use it as a 24/7 support, right? You can use it for sentiment analysis. In fact, let me give a more practical example. This presentation was aided by artificial intelligence. All right? These are tasks that can be done by human beings. I could have sat down and typed everything manually by myself. But as Matt said in the quote, technology is best when it helps human beings, when it helps us. So the whole purpose is so that we get aided by technology. So because, I'm also a software developer, as was said before, I have other tasks to do. So what I did was I worked with an AI-powered chatbot. You guys know it as ChatGPT, right? There is also Poe, there is XAI, there is Bai, there is Gemini. There are different types that are there in the industry, okay? But it is an AI-powered chatbot, right? And then I go to it and tell it, okay, so I am doing a presentation on AI. I want to highlight 1, 2, 3 things, right? And then voila, the presentation is there, okay? You can also use it, sentiment analysis. Let me explain that in a bit. So as coaches, you interact with different people and they give you feedback. most times you write it down or you type it out, whatever feedback that you've had with your coachee or your client, right? So what this piece of technology does, it goes through your session, the session notes that you've typed out, and then it tells you, okay, so this person seems to be suffering from depression. This person seems to be going through childhood trauma, right? This is just inferring to see, okay, what is the person experiencing emotionally? That's why I wrote emotional insights, okay? It's something that you can do by yourself, but again, it's meant to aid us, so it makes the process faster. We've also got automated scheduling and reminders. The reminders on our phones, yes, they also count as artificial intelligence. We've got data-driven insights. As I said, you're typing out your communication with the person. So it's going to tell you, okay, this person is making progress, positive progress or negative progress. You get to track that a lot more easy, right? A lot easier, and without having to draw charts by yourself. Because the technologies used for that also draw charts and bar graphs and everything for you, right? So this is just a rundown. I just wrote 7 of them. There are other ways that you can integrate artificial intelligence into coaching. I just mentioned 7 of them. Of course, there's predictive analytics and virtual reality, right? So virtual reality is immersive experience. It means that, I'm sure you've seen people playing games, right? They put on the headset and the controllers and they're busy slashing at zombies or shooting guns, right? You can use that actually to help a person get over their trauma, right? Instead of using hypnotism, right, you use an immersive experience. Right, now the second point, benefits of AI in coaching. So I listed 3 main benefits. The first one is enhanced personalization. It means that instead of having a generalized view of all of your clients, the higher you go, of course, the more clients that you have, right? Instead of having like a general point of view where you're like, I think roughly they are like this, you end up having personalized, like, okay, Lydia needs 1, 2, 3 things. Alan needs 1, 2, 3 things, right? It becomes a lot more personalized. You've actually seen this being used in the algorithm on Instagram, the algorithm on Facebook. You see, then you find that, oh, I like watching music videos more, so it gives you more music videos. I like watching dances more, so it gives you more dances. That is the personalization that we're talking about. Then the second one is data-driven insights. It's now you're getting more information about the people that you're dealing with without having to go through notebooks and, scrolling through your Word document constantly, right? It's now giving you a summarized insight about the person, but it's based on what you have given it. So it is very much linked to enhanced personalization. Then the third one is efficiency and scalability. As I was talking, you saw that it just makes your life easier, right? You don't have much time. You want to do something very quickly, so it becomes efficient. And you can scale it with artificial intelligence. You can put as much information as possible. In fact, in the industry, we encourage you to give as much information as possible. This is so that everything is more specific to your needs. Okay? Right. The second point is bridging technology and human connection. Now, I'm going to stop here for a moment and just ask, what do you think you have to do in order to bridge? I've explained what artificial intelligence is and how it can benefit. Now, what do you think can happen for us to bridge between technology and human connection so that we don't get replaced, right? Any thoughts? Because I've heard a lot of people saying, we're going to experience the Terminator, if you've watched the movie Terminator. They'll be like, we're going to experience it. Machines are going to take over the world. We're all going to be killed. We're all going to die. I've heard a lot of people mention that. All right. So how do we bridge now? How do we get to a point? Yes, Coach.
I think what's important is to create certain ethics that are going to drive how we're going to have the interface between technology and human.
Yes, thank you so much. Do we have any other contributions before I proceed? All right. Coach Taff was very much correct. Ethical considerations. All right. So you're supposed to consider how you're going to protect your client's data, right? How the securities, potential biases as well in artificial intelligence, right? So as we move on with artificial intelligence, there's certain ways that it is being trained, right? And that training can give it biases. A very easy example for that is artificial intelligence. The bulk of it that is being developed right now is being developed in the Western world, correct? We're in Zimbabwe, right? It has a bias towards the Westerners. It'll assume that everyone has electricity 24/7. It'll assume that everyone is going to and from, like they're doing around their business using some mode of transport, right? They're not walking. It'll assume that everyone has a certain level of living, right? These are biases. Now you have to consider that as you are using it to adapt it to Zimbabwe, to adapt it to the culture and the environment that your client is in, right? And then the other one is maintaining human touch. So especially with fields like coaching or, things that are more socially engaging, right? Human touch is very important, as in you can allow AI to do administrative work, that is typing for you, recording stuff for you, yes? But the one-to-one connection remains. People still want to have someone they can look in the eye and say, I went through 1, 2, 3 things, right? There is something about the emotional part of a human being where if you explain your story to me, I can have empathy and sympathize with you and move on from there. So a solution that an AI can say, oh, it's very straightforward. You just have to use the elevator, right? But then as a human being, because now you're looking at the context of your client, you can now say, no, I don't think an elevator is appropriate because this person is afraid of heights. Perhaps they should use the stairs, right? That is maintaining human touch. Okay, so next we'll look at practical applications, right? So these are a list of AI tools. I just listed them down. You can take a picture or perhaps I'll send it over so that you guys can have the list. This is just a few of them. There are more, of course, that are available, but these are the more better developed tools, yes? So for chatbots, I listed Drift, Intercom, ManyChat, and TARS. Of course, ChatGPT is there, right? Gemini is also there, and China's Bai is also there, okay? That is chatbots. So a chatbot can, when it comes to administrative tasks, it can say that perhaps you're asleep and you have a client that lives in a different time zone. Perhaps they live in Australia or something. And then they write a really long message explaining what happened during their day, right? You're not able to communicate with them immediately because you're asleep. It's nighttime, you're in Zimbabwe. So what the chatbot can do is that it can interact with that person for a brief time, perhaps even just telling them that, okay, right now it is this time in Zimbabwe, and Coach Lydia is asleep. She'll get back to you when she's able to. All right, this is something that an assistant can do, right? But you can also replace a chatbot. We've seen this in WhatsApp, those who have WhatsApp Business, where you can set a message where if you're unavailable, it responds automatically. That's a chatbot. And then sentiment analysis, as I explained earlier, is to get emotional insights from your clients. So there's Monkey Learn, Lexalytics, Sentiment Analyzer. Then scheduling assistance. This will help you maintain, time management. Better to have your time management done properly. There's Calendly. That one is actually the most used in the Western world mainly. Then there's XAI, Acuity Scheduling, and Clara. Right? Then there's predictive analytics, which can tell, okay, your client is most likely to respond in this way because of 1, 2, 3 reasons, right? We've got Tableau, RapidMiner, IBM Watson Analytics, right? And then we've got virtual reality. Oculus actually is the headset that you see most people using because Oculus is the most affordable right now. Right? That's Oculus. There's others as well, Outspace VR, VTime XR, and Engage. Then there's data-driven analytics. There's Google Analytics. A lot of people use this one. There's Power BI, Looker, and Zoho Analytics. So these are it's just a few that I listed down. If you want, you can just search on Google sentiment analytics tools, right? And you will get a whole list of them, and some of them are paid, some of them are free, so please make sure that you look at the fine print where it tells you how much is charged per month, okay? And then let's look at challenges and considerations. Now, because we are dealing with people, of course there are going to be challenges, yes? So the first challenge that I listed is integration. Integrating new technology with existing systems. Now we are in Zimbabwe, right? We don't have technology that is as advanced as in the Western world. So how do you then integrate your basic laptops, your basic phones with AI tools, right? Because they need quite a bit of power to run. So this is a potential challenge, and it is something that you have to consider. That if you're going to be using these tools with your clients, are they able to handle that consideration? Do they have the technology that is necessary for them to use it? Okay. This also applies to those who have teams or employees that they're working with. You need to see that what devices they're using. Do they work with the AI tool that you want to integrate? Right. And then there's data privacy concerns. Now, data privacy with artificial intelligence. As I said, there are different tools that are free and some are paid. Now, I will say this, a disclaimer. Those that are paid have higher security than those that are free. I'll repeat it. Every technology that is paid has higher security than that which is free. It does not mean that the security is 100% for those that are paid. I'm just saying that it is better than the one that is free. Because the one that is free for a reason. Okay? So depending on that reason, it might be giving you ads or it might be taking some of the data, right? So you have to be considerate about that. Is the information that you're giving okay for you for it that, like, if someone takes it, is it okay, right? If it's okay, then by all means, please use the free versions, right? But if it is not okay, then please put in the adequate security measures. This also includes antiviruses, right? It also includes VPNs when necessary. A VPN is not necessary all the time, but when necessary, you may use it. Right? It also includes simply not telling your password to your friends. Okay? That system where people are like, oh, just go into my laptop, don't worry, the password is. Please don't do that because that breaches data privacy. Okay? And then your clients will also come with that thing where they're like, okay, what about my data? Is it not going to China? Is it not being sold to the American government? You're going to have to do a lot of research so that you're able to address those concerns. Then the last one is resistance to change. People generally do not like adapting new things, right? when a new phone comes in, it takes a while before people start buying that phone. Yes? It takes a while before people start buying that new laptop. A very quick example, Windows 11 when it first came. How many people had Windows 11? Most people said, no, I think I'll stick with Windows 10 until I'm sure that Windows 11 works. Yes? So that is resistance to change. Resistance to change is applicable to both your clients and your team members. Right? So that is a possible challenge that you may face when you want to integrate AI. Now, strategies to overcome those challenges. The first one is communicating clearly with your staff and team. Explanation, explanation, explanation. Right? You need to reassure your team and your clients that everything is okay. You are not throwing them under the bus. Yes? The next one is providing thorough training. This is especially necessary when you have a team with you. So it is necessary for your team to know how to use your tool properly without breaching the needs of your client. Yes. The third one is choosing user-friendly tools. The more user-friendly something is, the less people are resistant to change. Yes. So the moment that they see this is easier to use, they're going to switch to it. And word of mouth works a lot more than people realize. Word of mouth is what spreads information to a lot, especially in Zimbabwe, especially in Africa. Word of mouth is very valuable. So it is very important to use user-friendly tools because people then tell each other, oh, this is actually easy to use. It's not that difficult. No, you just have to click a button and it does everything for you. Yes. And then the last one is ensuring robust data protection measures. As I said, please don't share your passwords. Please have antiviruses. And also, please check to see where the data is going when you start using the tool. These are the possible strategies to overcome the challenges that I listed before. Now, balance. Because I said a lot, it's a lot of information, right? Talk about AI, we talk about challenges, we talk about all of these things. But how do you come to a balance where you say, okay, I think I can operate on this level and it is comfortable for both you, your team, and your clients? Right, it is crucial to maintain personal connection and emotional support, right? As much as we may have all of these tools, all of these things at our disposal, human connection is still very important. Humans want to interact with humans. Emotions can only respond to emotion, right? So it is crucial to maintain that personal connection. It doesn't matter what tool you use, it doesn't matter how you use it, but ensure that human connection remains. And you have already achieved balance. All right. Now, the future of AI. This is the last part. The future of AI. Where is artificial intelligence going? So, trends and predictions. These are the three main trends that I have noted. This is advancement in natural language processing. This is just saying that it's going to understand human language better. Slang, different languages, right? Right now, if you type in Shona to ChatGPT, it'll be confused. It won't know what you're trying to say, right? So a trend is to improve on that, where more languages are supported, where you can use slang and you can use shortcuts when responding and use emojis and everything, and it is able to understand you. Okay, that's one future trend. Second one is more sophisticated predictive analytics, right? This is simply to say that it is able to predict what you want better. That's it. It is able to predict what you're going to do better. All right? And then the last one is enhanced personalization. This one is very simple since we see it in all social medias. We see it everywhere that we go. It's personalized. It's more focused on you and your likes and your dislikes and your view of the world. These are the trends and predictions that we're seeing AI going, right? So as you are practicing, as you are doing your business, as you're going about your businesses, keep this in mind, that your language is going to be understood better. It's likely going to be able to tell what you're going to do next. And it is also going to be very specific to you. Very specific. All right. So these are the future trends of artificial intelligence when we're looking at it from an industry point of view. So, yes, so this is just a rundown, essentially, of predictions for the evolution. This is increased AI-driven tools for engagement, right? Where more virtual coaching environments are available. Right now, you're able to coach people, you're able to interact with people over Zoom, Google Meet, and everything, right? But now with the introduction of virtual reality, you can sort of meet them in person. All right, so they'll be able to see your actions, your body language, right, your facial expressions. Yes, that's what is meant by more AI-driven tools that have a more virtual coaching environment, right, where you're able to communicate with people from different parts of the world, different aspects of life. So, here's the big question. What about me? Right? Yes, AI is there. Yes, there are tools. Yes, this is where the world is going. Yes, this is what is going on with the world. What about me? What do I do as a Zimbabwean in Zimbabwe? You know, because it's different being a Zimbabwean in Zimbabwe and a Zimbabwean elsewhere. As a Zimbabwean in Zimbabwe, what do I do? What about me? All you have to do is to read. Read, research, learn. That's it. For all of the AI tools, for you to understand how they work, read, research, learn. Something new has come out. Do I adopt it? Read, research, learn. That's all. Then you can make an informed decision. Should I take it up? Should I drop it? Should I do this? Should I do that? So if you forget everything that I have said today, remember these 3 words: read, research, learn. It doesn't matter what it is. Read, research, learn. I'm repeating it because repetition helps things remain in the brain. Yes? Read, research, learn. Everything technology-based. Read, research, learn. And you'll be fine. All right? So key takeaways. Just remember the definition of artificial intelligence is just enabling computers, technology, to do tasks that humans normally do, right? Then integrating AI into coaching can enhance the coaching process. And then also AI can analyze data from your clients and give you accurate insights and also summarized insights so that you're able to communicate with your clients better and more efficiently. And also to bridge human touch and technology, ethical considerations. I wrote this one down because ethics is very important. It might be possible, but it does not mean it is right. So ethical considerations need to be taken. Is it morally correct for you to use a specific tool? Is it morally correct for you to give specific data to a client, right? And then strategies include also having user-friendly tools They include having robust data protection methods and also explanation. As I said, explanation helps. Balancing AI and technology, empathy is very important. Empathy is very important. Human touch is very important. Do not leave everything to technology, because there are times where technology becomes very logical and is unable to make a decision based on emotion. So that is necessary. Do not negate the emotion part. So as you are interacting with people and using technology, you use it, but don't remove the human aspect. Don't remove the emotional aspect. And lastly, research, read, learn. That is the last one. I wrote it last so that I can repeat it again. All right. Read, research, learn. Read on technology. Research on the tools that you want to do, that you want to use, and learn. Even if you don't end up using something, keep learning. Keep learning. Right? And that is the end of my presentation. Thank you. Any questions? I know there are a lot, so please. Yes, Coach.
I've got three.
Yes.
The first one is, what's the difference between AI and an app?
All right. So an app, right, is just something that you use. So an app can be a game. An app can be PowerPoint. An app can be Microsoft Word. An app is basically just it's an interface. It's just something to bridge you and maybe the motherboards and stuff, the hardware of a computer. Yes. Artificial intelligence now is mimicking the tasks that you would normally do on PowerPoint. So AI can use apps. Yes. But an AI can also be packaged as an app. So you can get an app that has a chatbot on it, for example. Yes, you can get an app that has sentiment tools on it. So AI uses apps, and it can also be packaged in an app. But an app and an AI are different things. Next question.
The next one is, so how do you, so is it possible, therefore, to create an app that will be able to combine on the list that you had there, which have interest to me, to combine sentiment analysis or analytics, virtual reality, and data-driven analytics all in one?
Yes, it's very possible. That is very possible. I haven't researched, though, if the tools are there where everything is combined.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they are there. But again, because everything is combined, it's going to be a bit costly. You can also talk to software engineers and people like me, yes, so that they can develop these apps for you, right? Of course, the cost based on the efficiency also has to be considered, but it is very possible for you to have everything packaged in one thing. Yes.
My final one is, who owns the intelligence or the content on AI? I'm going to qualify that. Is that I go into my chatbot or whatever you guys call it, and it gives me content that is really important for a number of things. Number one, for a book I'm writing, for a presentation I want to do. I want to know who owns it, because it almost feels like AI has just combined all of this intelligence and does not necessarily accredit the originators of that content. Who owns the content on AI?
Okay, so this is going a bit more technical. So the way that AI works is that it searches the internet, right? So the internet is not some vague cloud, something mumepo kind of thing. The internet is my laptop, your phone, the PA system, everything that has technology in it, connected. Internet is short for interconnected networks. So anything that is connected to the network is part of the internet, okay? So when you post your pictures and everything, you are essentially sharing it with other devices. So where you would normally go on Google and search all of these devices for you to get information, Now what the AI is doing is that it's doing that for you. It's searching for you and then giving you back information that is combined. So in a situation where, for example, if you're doing a school project, you go on Google, then you find there's some information on Wikipedia, there's some information on research sites, there's some information here, and then you have to read everything so that you can combine and have a comprehensive report. Now what the AI is doing is that it's reading all of that for you, and then it combines it, and then it gives you the comprehensive report. That's all it's doing. So you can't, AI in itself cannot really say that, oh, this information is owned by this person because it's coming from the internet, in the same way that you can get various information from different sites. So what you can do if you want to have references and all is to ask it, can you give me references? Then it'll tell you every site that it went through for it to get that information. Yes. Yes.
Okay. I wanted to ask that. So basically, I think we're seeing right. And there's something called Meta AI, right? Meta AI. Whatever information you get there will not be termed plagiarism.
It is not termed plagiarism if you give the proper references.
Okay.
Yes, if you do the proper referencings, it won't be plagiarism because you're actually attributing the information to whoever puts the information there on the internet. Okay, but if you just take it and then you throw it, you don't give credit, then it becomes plagiarism. Just like how even at school, I'm sure you noticed that if you just took information and put it in a report, the teacher would ask you, did you think this up? Did it come from your own mind? You'll be like, no, I researched it. So where is the credit? So if you're writing a book and you put all those references, you give that credit, it's not plagiarism because you are attributing credit to where it's due. Yes.
Then the last one, will you share your slides?
All right, I'll find a way for the slides to be distributed to everyone. I think I'll talk with the organizers so that they get shared.
I think that would be the greatest presentation.
Yes. All right. I think let's just wait for the mic to come.
Thank you so much for the presentation.
Yes.
I just wanted to weigh in on plagiarism and IP issues. I think a lot of these problems emerge because people want to plagiarize and they don't want to work.
Yeah.
AI can write a book for you, but so what happened with YouTube? First of all, we have to acknowledge that most of these policies are still being put in place mostly because there will be a challenge that emerges. We have seen, in short, you have to alter this content that's being generated by AI in a significant way when you receive it, because it's being taken from different sources. As she said, like if you use Microsoft AI tools, most of them actually reference the websites they got the content. So it's coming from somewhere, and you have to alter it in a major way that also puts a touch or your own input to that. Let's say you are writing an article. You can't just take the whole thing from ChatGPT and put it in an article. So AI is also making people lazy, and articles are beginning to be boring. So we have to be inventive as well. But after all, these IP issues are still being resolved, especially when there is a major problem that arises. Like there is a major video going on social media and someone says it's AI. Then all those things makes us start realizing some of the dangers And I also think most of the authors are going to be discredited at some point because they just took the whole thing from AI. Yeah, that's my point.
All right. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. I think I'll make a single note that AI combines what is already there. It only takes what is already there. Humans can create something new, absolutely new. Okay, so if you don't want AI to take your authorship, create something new, completely new, and you'll be fine. And then also for you to, I'll just say, it's a side note, for you to be able to notice if a video is actually AI. If it contains people, look at the fingers. For some reason, AI is not able to do the fingers properly. It can give person 6 fingers, 7 fingers, or 4 or 3, or just merges them into one large finger. You know, so for some reason, AI is not able to do the fingers properly. So you can check the fingers if it has people in it. And then if it has animals in it, count how many are there. AI has a habit of duplicating. So you'll just find there are 2 penguins, and then randomly there are now 5, then randomly there are now 20. You're like, where are they coming from? Yes, so that is also a very easy tell whether a video is from AI or not. Yes.
Thank you for the good presentation. It's quite informative. So my question is on coming up with prompts. Because I remember one of the days I was using Google. So my mom's chickens were like having a problem, like they're too hot. So I just went and wrote on Google. I was too lazy that day, so I just wrote hot chicks. So the results I got there were not the chickens which I was hoping for. So I don't know if you can help us with the tips, because you would see that you could be using the same ChatGPT, and I'm also using the same ChatGPT, or maybe it could be Leonardo. We are trying to come up with images. Another person can come up with a prompt which gives good images, and another one can come up with a prompt which gives Joe images. So how can we draft prompts that can actually give us better results from the AI?
Okay, thank you. That is a very, very important question that you've asked. So as I mentioned earlier, I said the more information that you give, the better. So if you want to ask about chickens, first of all, please write chickens instead of chicks. All right. Yes, chickens, so that you specify. Or you can write hot chicks animal. Right. The more information that you give, the more it has to work with. All right. All right. So I'm being told that my time is up. So let me just finish up this answer. So the more information that you give, the better. So when you're writing a prompt, or perhaps you want help with a presentation, you give it more context. Okay, so I am living in this country. I am doing this. This is the temperature that has been around these days. We are currently in winter. I am rearing chickens, right? The chicks are behaving this way. There are splotches that are appearing on the feathers. The more information that you give, and then you ask it, what's the problem? Because you have given it so much more information, it is able to give you a better response. Yes. All right. Thank you so much. My time is up. I'm going to give it back to you.
Thank you so much, Coach Lydia, for a beautiful teaching. Visit. We have learned a lot, right? Did we? Did we?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for teaching us about AI. Sure, it's a good thing. It's a good topic. So we have exhausted all the questions, right? Okay. Can you please share?
All right. I am an IT person. So I'm sure you've noticed people in IT, we don't use social media as much.
Okay.
But you can follow me on Instagram. My handle is Lydia Yuki _ Chims. LYDIYUKI _ CHIMZ. Lydia Chims. All right, that is my Instagram. My email, oh, I think perhaps I missed the slide. Yes, my email and my phone number. All right, so you feel free to contact me on my email or on my number, and I will get to you. During working hours, please. I am a female. I don't want random messages at night. All right. So yes, these are the ways that you can contact me. On LinkedIn, I am also there, Lydia Chimeno. The L is Lydia Chimeno. The spelling is there on my email. Lydia Chimeno, that is my LinkedIn. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach. Are we done? It's done, right? All right. So the ETE talks, we do it every Thursday from 5 to 6. And we are expecting to see you next week again. So thank you so much for coming. To those who don't know ICMF, we are International Coaching and Mentoring Foundation. We train life coaches. This is our product. And we are so proud of it. Thank you so much. So we are done. Can you please come forward and we take pictures to create memories?